Welcome to AstralX Eliminating Your Cosmic Path. I'm Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist.
And I'm Lunaria Celine, your intuitive guide.
Have you ever felt pulled in two directions? Like you're meant for grand adventures?
And peaceful reflection,
Yeah, maybe you love lively debates.
but also crave quiet moments of introspection.
If so, today's deep dive might just resonate with you.
Yeah,
We're exploring the fascinating world of the Libra rising Pisces sun man.
a unique blend of air and water energy.
Right.
It's a beautiful paradox, isn't it?
It is. It is.
This combination creates a soul who's both a diplomat and a dreamer drawn to harmony and deeply in tune with their emotions.
It's like having a warrior's spirit with a poet's heart.
Yes.
And speaking of warriors, we have some powerful planetary influences to unpack for this individual in 2025.
Oh, yes.
Think Jupiter in Gemini,
Uh-huh.
Saturn in Pisces, Neptune continuing its journey through Pisces.
Wow.
So, Lunaria, what stands out to you about this cosmic combination?
Well, let's start with Jupiter and Gemini. Remember that journal entry you shared from last June,
Yeah.
where you mentioned wanting to start a podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Jupiter's transit through Gemini from May to October 2025 could be the cosmic nudge you need to finally make that happen. It's all about expanding your communication skills, connecting with others, and sharing your knowledge with the world.
And I see here in the source material that it specifically says,
Okay.
speak your truth, share your wisdom. Let your Piscean vision flow through written words or soulful conversations.
Yes.
But anchor them in practicality.
It's like having a brilliant idea for a novel,
Right.
but needing a plan to actually write it.
Exact.
Jupiter's expansive energy can be a bit like a kite in the wind.
I like that.
But Saturn in Pisces throughout 2025 steps in to provide the grounding you need.
Okay.
Think of it as the string that keeps the kite from flying away.
Uh-huh.
Saturn encourages structured discipline and taking responsibility for your dreams.
You know, you mentioned Saturn being the cosmic disciplinarian.
Yeah.
And I remember that article you sent about the power of setting boundaries.
Right.
It seems like Saturn in Pisces could actually help this individual create healthy boundaries and build a structure that supports their dreams rather than restricting them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's about channeling that dreamy Piscean energy into tangible action. The source material even suggests grounding techniques like weightlifting or martial arts for this individual.
Wow.
It's almost like they need to physically anchor themselves to harness the immense power of their intuition and emotions.
Those are definitely not the activities I typically associate with the Pisces sun.
Right.
But it makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
They need that physical outlet to balance their deep inner world.
Precisely. And remember, this doesn't have to be about weightlifting specifically.
Okay.
Think of it more broadly.
Okay.
What activities help you feel grounded and centered? It could be anything from gardening to playing a musical instrument.
That's a great point. Now, let's dive into the mystical realm of Neptune in Pisces. You mentioned vivid dreams and heightened intuition earlier, and this placement seems to amplify those qualities even further. It's like Neptune is turning up the volume on the Piscean intuition and psychic abilities.
It is.
Yeah.
But as with any powerful energy, there's a shadow side.
Right.
Neptune can also bring confusion, a tendency to escape reality, and even self-doubt.
It's like walking through a beautiful fog.
Yeah.
Enchanting,
Yeah.
but you can easily lose your way.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And that's where the practice of journaling under the full moon, as mentioned in the source material, can be so powerful.
Yeah.
It helps to illuminate the path to distinguish between fear and authentic intuition.
So it's not about ignoring the fog, but learning to navigate it.
Exactly.
And for our listeners, think about your own experiences with intuition. What practices help you connect with that inner voice and discern its wisdom?
That's an excellent question to ponder. And as we move from the internal landscape of Neptune and Pisces to the more external realm of Pluto's transit into Aquarius, we encounter yet another layer of transformation.
This is where things get really interesting. Pluto is the planet of deep change.
Yes.
And its arrival in Aquarius in 2025 could bring about major shifts in this individual's social life and community involvement.
It's like a cosmic earthquake shaking up the very foundations of their social structures. Friendships may end, new connections will form, and they may find themselves drawn to a new community or cause that resonates more deeply with their evolving values.
And remember that line from the source material? Transformation is liberation. Embrace it. It's a powerful reminder that change, while often challenging, is ultimately an opportunity for growth and authentic expression.
It is. But change can be messy and uncomfortable even when it's ultimately for the best.
Right.
We can't forget that this individual is still a Libra rising with a deep need for harmony.
Right. So how do you think this Libra rising Pisces sun man navigates this tension between his desire for peace and the upheaval Pluto brings, especially in the realm of love and relationships?
That's a great question, and one we'll dive into after a quick break.
Stay tuned as we explore the complexities of love for the Libra rising Pisces sun man in 2025. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
We'll be back soon to discuss how Venus retrograde throws a bit of a cosmic curveball into the mix.
We were discussing the potentially tumultuous influence of Pluto's move into Aquarius for the Libra rising Pisces sun man,
Yes.
particularly when it comes to his relationships.
Yes, and as we delve deeper into that,
Okay.
let's not forget Venus retrograde, which graces us with its presence in November and December of 2025.
Venus retrograde.
Uh,
Always a time for reflection and reassessment in relationships.
Precisely. For this individual with their Libra rising, craving harmony, and their Pisces sun yearning for deep connection, navigating this period will require extra mindfulness. Remember that note you made about feeling disconnected from a close friend last December?
Yeah.
That was during Venus retrograde, wasn't it?
It was. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
You're right. It was a time when I had to reevaluate some friendships and set some boundaries.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's what this energy is all about, reassessing what truly matters, releasing what no longer serves, and making space for more authentic connections. It might be a time of some emotional turmoil for this Libra rising Pisces sun man, but ultimately it's an opportunity to strengthen the bonds that truly nourish his soul.
So instead of grand gestures and superficial displays of affection,
Right.
it's about showing up authentically, being present, and listening deeply to the needs of loved ones.
Exactly. For this individual, whether they're a father, a partner, or a friend, the key is to create a safe and supportive space for those they care about. Think back to that story you shared about your mentor who always listened without judgment.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of energy that will resonate during this period.
It's like being an emotional anchor for the people in their lives,
Yeah.
which, given all this astrological weather, might be exactly what they need. But speaking of navigating choppy waters, let's not forget about career and finances.
Yes. Jupiter's influence in 2025 offers some wonderful support for entrepreneurial pursuits, particularly in fields related to writing technology or counseling.
It makes sense. The combination of communication skills from Gemini, deep empathy from Pisces, and a touch of diplomacy from Libra seems like the perfect recipe for success in those areas.
It does. And remember that anecdote we discussed about your friend who launched a mental health app?
Yeah.
That's a great example of how this energy can manifest. It took hard work, discipline, and a clear vision, but their dream became a reality.
It's a reminder that while Jupiter might open the door to opportunity, it's up to the individual to walk through it with a plan and a purpose.
Exactly. But let's not forget about Neptune's influence, which can sometimes cloud judgment, especially when it comes to finances. This isn't a time for risky investments or get-rich-quick schemes.
So basically, avoid any investment opportunities that sound too good to be true.
Precisely. This is where that Saturnian grounding comes into play again. It's about seeking wise counsel, creating a solid financial plan, and making decisions based on logic as well as intuition.
It's like having a financial advisor who also understands your deepest dreams and aspirations. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've explored the paradox of being a Libra rising Pisces sun man, the expansive energy of Jupiter and Gemini, the grounding influence of Saturn and Pisces, the mystical fog of Neptune and Pisces, the transformative power of Pluto and Aquarius, and the complexities of love and career during Venus retrograde.
It's a lot to take in, but hopefully you're starting to see how these different pieces fit together to create a unique and dynamic cosmic tapestry for this individual in 2025.
And what I find fascinating is that while we've been focusing on a specific astrological profile,
Yeah,
many of these insights are universally applicable.
absolutely.
We all have dreams, we want to pursue relationships we need to nurture, and changes we need to navigate.
I completely agree. We all experience the tension between logic and intuition, action and reflection, stability and change.
So as we move toward the final chapter of our deep dive, I want to pose a question to our listeners.
I love a good question. What is it?
Think about the areas in your life where you feel pulled in two directions. Maybe it's your career and your family, your creative passions and your practical responsibilities, or your desire for adventure and your need for security. How can you embrace the duality within yourself and find a path that honors all parts of who you are?
That's such a powerful question to contemplate. And it brings us to the heart of this deep dive, the essence of what it means to be a Libra rising Pisces sun man.
Yeah.
It's about embracing the duality,
Hmm.
honoring both the intellectual clarity of air and the emotional depth of water.
It's like that image we talked about earlier, the
Yes.
warrior and the poet. They
Right.
seem like opposites, but they both exist within this individual. And in
Exact.
2025, with all these planetary influences at play,
Right.
he's being called to integrate those seemingly disparate parts of himself.
Exactly. And that integration, that alchemical blend of air and water,
Yes.
is where the magic happens. It's where he discovers his true potential, his unique voice, and his ability to navigate the world with both grace and power.
It's like he's being given a cosmic recipe for success,
Uh-huh.
a dash of Jupiter's expansion,
Okay.
a sprinkle of Saturn's discipline, a drop of Neptune's intuition, and a whole lot of Plutonian transformation.
And remember, this recipe isn't just for the Libra rising Pisces sun man.
Right.
It's for all of us.
Yeah.
We all have these ingredients within us, these cosmic energies shaping our lives.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I
Yeah.
want to leave you with a final thought, a question to ponder as you continue on your own cosmic journey.
I'm all ears.
Imagine you have the power to blend the air's intellectual clarity with the water's emotional depth. How would that change how you approach your goals, your relationships, and your understanding of yourself?
What a beautiful and profound question. It invites us to step into the fullness of who we are, to embrace the paradox, and to dance between logic and intuition action, and reflection, strength, and vulnerability.
It's about finding that sweet spot, that delicate balance where all parts of ourselves can thrive.
And as we continue on our individual journeys, let's remember the key takeaways from our deep dive: the power of embracing duality, the importance of grounding expansive energy with action, the wisdom of finding structure within dreams, and the courage to navigate change with an open heart and a trusting spirit.
Beautifully said, Lunaria. And for those of you listening who are feeling called to explore your own unique astrological blueprint in more depth, we invite you to consider booking a personalized audio reading delivered straight to your inbox.
That's right. Details and purchase links can be found in the show notes.
Thank you for joining us on AstralX, illuminating your cosmic path. Until next time, may your journey be filled with starlight and wonder.
And may you always remember the profound wisdom whispered by the cosmos. The privilege of a lifetime is being who you are.
Beautifully said. We'll see you in the next episode.